your choice of Seattle, how much did Russell Wilson, who's pretty damn special in his own right and wasn't a number one overall pick like Cam, and a national champion like Cam, a self-made man a little bit more, you could say, about your current quarterback. How much did playing with him factor into you signing where you signed?
It was a huge factor. Russ was a guy that I've, had a lot of respect for from a distance, from across the field, from a competitive standpoint, playing against him so many times there over the years, and just seeing how he carried himself, just seeing how he competed, just seeing how, no matter what the score was, he took that field thinking they were going to come back and win. I remember playoff game back in 2015. We jump up 31-0 at halftime in the divisional round. I mean, we're rolling. Bank of America, our stadium's rocking. We have them dead to rights, and we had to recover an onside kick to win the game at the end, just to eke it out, just because, they had Russell. And, they had a lot of other good players, too, don't get me wrong, defensively and whatnot. But, there was just something unique and special about him. And everybody I had talked to echoed those same sentiments that I felt in person competing against them. And all that stuff has just, couldn't have been more accurate now in my time getting to know him as a person and being able to learn and grow and learn this offense and try to find my place here. He's just been, there's a reason why he's the best, if not amongst the conversation of being the best in the game right now. And he's just special. His communication, his ability to get guys to do things the right way, to show that example day in and day out. He was a huge reason that I came here, and I've been very fortunate to play with another, special quarterback.
Greg Olsen here on the Rich Eisen Show. We'll get to your podcast in a second. You've been on Super Bowl team. You've been in the Super Bowl. You've been on a team that made the Super Bowl, Greg, right? You've been on teams that have tried to make the Super Bowl. You've been on teams that struggled. So you've been through in your 14 years, you've seen it all. Seattle, we saw what they did last year. Now here's another year in, and the program, everybody knows exactly what is expected of them, and Pete Carroll's been there for a very long time. How do you see this team? And I know you don't usually speak of Super Bowls prior to a season, but how do you see this team, Greg? Super Bowl? What do you think?
As you say, I think, so many people have said to me, what a great choice going out to Seattle. You can have you have a chance to go out and win a Super Bowl at the end. And all that stuff is true. I think the reality is there's a handful plus teams every year that year in, year out, barring a catastrophic injury or a come out of nowhere kind of story, there's a handful of teams plus a few more that are always in the mix to be there at the end. And whether that culminates in a Super Bowl, whether that culminates in a playoff run, to what extent, I think nobody can predict. I think teams, going into the season say, we have a shot. We are talented. We have the right pieces at the right position, right? Quarterback, the organizational support, coaching, just the consistency of the program, consistency of the organization. Seattle checks all those boxes. But as we all know, year in and year out, it doesn't guarantee you anything. Couple of years, 2015 year in Carolina, I think we all thought we had a chance to be good. I don't know if any of us thought we were going to win 17 games. And then on the flip side, in 2016, same team, pretty much everything the same, and we thought we were just going to do it again, and we went 6-10. So I think so much of being consistent in this league is being honest with yourself about resetting every single offseason and saying the previous year, the previous 10 years, they mean nothing. We need to regroup. We need to reassess. We need to be honest with ourselves and say, here's what it's going to take. All that work it took last year to make that run, it's going to be that plus some. And they've done as good a job out here as doing that. For 10 years, I think they've been in the playoffs 9 times or whatever. It's unheard of in today's NFL. So I think so far it's been great. I think we're very talented. I think defensively we have some really good players, some really good pieces, and traditionally, Seattle, they know what they're doing on defense, that's for sure. And offensively, I think we got a lot of talent. I think DK Metcalf is really, really, he's special. I'll tell you what, I knew from afar he was good. Now seeing him and watching him grow and develop, I mean, he has a chance to be I mean, I don't like throwing around superlatives and comparisons, but I mean, you're talking like a Calvin Johnson type guy, big, fast, aggressive. You know, he's got a ways to go to obviously reach what Calvin achieved, but from just an approach standpoint, every day he wants to learn. Every day he's trying to figure out ways to improve his game. And then physically, he checks every box you've ever thought of for wide receivers. So his development's going to be really interesting to watch. He's had some unbelievable days at camp. Our running backs, our offensive, I mean, we have a lot of good pieces. And when you have the guy behind center like Russ who can, you know, kind of make magic happen, you're always going to be in every game and you're always going to have a chance. And I think that's all every player asks for.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.